Hello, everybody. Happy hump day. It is I, your host, Captain Boring, on this lovely August fall evening. It is I, Captain Boring, the host of your 10-minute sports report. It is August 9th, Wednesday, August 9th, 2023. Thank you, everyone, who commented on the last video. Sweatshirt and shorts weather is the best. Love that one. Empty nester. Someone will be an empty nester for the first time. He had faith in my technology. You should not have faith in that technology. Sleeping in the mornings probably is pretty great. When I've done it, it's pretty great. However, I have a dog who wakes me up at 7 a.m., so don't get a dog. I guess if you have cats, they can kind of take care of themselves. Love that. The smells with the chilly air, that is some of my favorites. So thank you all who commented. All those who commented. That's more English than the previous thing. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with all of your friends. Again, 10 minutes of their day can be filled with my terrible voice talking about sports. Let's just get into it. The NCAA is not my favorite group of people or corporation. Whatever they are, they're not my favorite. The NCAA on Wednesday has said it has begun applying new criteria to the two-time transfer that makes it more difficult to immediately gain eligibility. This comes after a day where Florida State defensive tackle Darrell Jackson Jr. and North Carolina receiver Devontae Walker had their waivers rejected. Darrell Jackson Jr. transferred from Maryland to Miami and then transferred from Miami to FSU. So he used his one free transfer because he wanted to take care of his mom. Now, what is his mom's condition? I'm sure that played a role into it. We don't know who that is. If he actually needed to take care of his mom and his mom really does need to be taken care of, which I don't doubt that she does, in his statement of what he said later, go check that out on 4th and 1 Podcast Instagram page. I hate this for the NCAA. Now, if it was just him claiming that his mom needs taken care of and she doesn't actually need taken care of, but it's a way to circumvent the system, then good for the NCAA. However, I'm not about to give the NCAA the shadow of a doubt. I'm not going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Shadow of a doubt. I'm terrible at this. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm not going to give the NCAA the benefit of the doubt at all. So both Jackson and Walker, both changed schools twice to be closer to ailing family members. Both players transferred believing they would have their waiver approved based on previous guidelines, which they did take into account. So now the NCAA is rethinking it. But as always, a day late and a dollar short. Former Las Vegas Raiders wide receiver Henry Ruggs was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in jail for the part he participated in the fatal DUI crash back in November of 2021. I cut the first time I did this. I was just not good at it, so you get the better. And he was going 154 miles an hour, and he ran into Tina Tintor, who was traveling 45 miles an hour, and her dog. That's the really sad part of this story. His blood alcohol level, which was taken 2 hours after his arrest, was twice the Nevada legal state limit. Check in on the lowest salary teams in baseball. The Baltimore Orioles swept the Mets and then lost to the Astros 7-6. They are on a 1-game losing streak. However, they still hold a 2-game lead over the Tampa Bay Rays at 70-43 overall. Speaking of those Rays, they are on a 2-game winning streak. They lost to the Tigers 4-2, then beat the Tigers 10-6, then beat the Cardinals 4-2, and are currently engaging with the Cardinals as we speak. So they are on a 2-game winning streak, and now just 2.5 games back of the first place Baltimore Orioles. Check in on the NL team, the Cincinnati Reds. They lost 2 straight, and they are now 2.5 games back of the first place Milwaukee Brewers. They have lost to the Miami Marlins 3-2 and 5-4. They have only won one time in the previous 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 contests. So they are 1-9 in their last 10 games. However, still 2.5 games back. That is within striking distance for first place and a playoff spot. Speaking of the playoffs, the division leaders are the Baltimore Orioles in the American League East. The Minnesota Twins now have a 4.5 game lead over the Cleveland Guardians and the Texas Rangers. The National League, Atlanta Braves are still the best team in baseball record-wise, just by a game now over the Orioles. They lead the Phillies by 10.5 games. The Milwaukee Brewers are 5-5 in their last 10, and the Los Angeles Dodgers are the hottest team in baseball, 8-2 in their last 10. They should be. They're the highest salary team in baseball, or one of them. They're 20 games over 500, and they now lead the Giants by a full 5 games. Checking on the wild card, the Tampa Bay Rays, the Houston Astros, and the Blue Jays all lead the American League wild card. The Seattle Mariners are only 2 games back now, followed by the New York Yankees at 4.5 games. National League, San Francisco Giants and Philadelphia Phillies are tied atop, and then tied for that third place are the Cubs and the Miami Marlins. Only a half game behind them, though, are the Cincinnati Reds, and 2 games behind them are the Arizona Diamondbacks. So, National League race is tight. Not so much the American League race, but we'll have to see how that plays out as we finish August and wrap up September. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all for today's rendition of your 10-minute sports report. You may or may not get one Friday. I'm going away, and depending what time I get out of work, I either have to leave straight from work to my destination, or I can come home, record a quick epi, and then get you on your way. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Wash your hands, you filthy animals. God bless you, and peace out.